So the flags of Botswana and Nigeria coming out onto the pitch in this 30,000 capacity arena. Nigeria looking to make it 2 wins from 2.
Let's welcome the national teams of Botswana and Nigeria لنستقبل المنتخبين الوطنيين بوتسوانا ونيجيريا.
Asking as the stadium announcer introduces the teams. The Confederation of African Football, or CAF, anthem rings out. We will get to see what Nigeria can do in their second game. Games of any tournament. Often edgy affairs, never quite settled down. What can they do? They take on Botswana side. 3 years ago. 2 goals to 0. The Super Falcons on the left of your screen. In their familiar green. White. So a smattering of supporters for both sides.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem of Botswana.
Underway. National anthem starting with that of the Southern Africans, Botswana.
And now the national anthem of Nigeria. والآن مع النشيد الوطني لنيجيريا.
Anthem of Nigeria. So the formalities underway. Time now to see how Nigeria will get on against a side that only played their first ever match in 2002, by when Nigeria had already played at the Women's World Cup and won 2 African titles. It is the top-rated side on the continent against the lowest in this tournament. Nigeria, first in Africa, 36th in the world, and Botswana, 153rd. And Botswana 11 has just the one change today. Coming into the side, because she was suspended for the opener, is Lone Alpha Tohe, and dropping down to the bench, Kitumetse Itebe. As you can see, the substitute on a yellow card, but keep your eye on Radia Kanyo and Tola Kele up top. They are the players that Botswana will be looking to score the goal to refuel away Tola Kele and Leseho Radia Kanyo. Today's match officials. Have a look at the two on the right-hand side of your screen. It's Aline Umatoni in the middle, and to the right, Alice Tessie. And these two officials from Rwanda are actually twins. Always find in any game in international football. The two skippers come along. Familiar figure, Rashida Bade on the right-hand side, and on the left, Zorilame Bosija. Another Rwandan controlling the VAR, Selima Mukansanga, hugely experienced figure on the continent and one who refereed the 2022 WAFCON final last time out. As for Nigeria, absolutely no changes to the side that won that opening game here in this stadium by 3-0 against the North Africa in Tunisia. Asisat Botswana opening the scoring that day. And that top wearing number 2, Rinsola Babajide, grabbing the second before off the bench where she's starting today's game. Chinwendu Hoswo grab Nigeria's third. As you can see, Deborah Abiodun, Oluwatosi Demihin need to be careful because they are on yellow cards. 2 yellows before the end of the group stage will rule you out of the next game.
10, 9, 8,
reflection for
7,
Shualabi.
6,
6-time women's
5,
African footballer of the year.
3,
Countdown is underway.
2, 1, 0.
And we are off in Casablanca as Botswana with a mini mountain to climb in this game if they are to realistically have a chance of staying in this competition. Nigeria, the brief is clear. They count 3 points today, move up to 6 in the group, and they will already put their face in the quarter-finals. I'm delighted to say that alongside me is Desire, who played in 4 WAFCONs, scored in 3 finals, Golden Boot in 2014, dramatic late winner in 2016. Desire, what are you expecting to see today, realistically?
Oh, I expect to see an exciting game, a tough match for both sides, because I think Nigeria needs this win as much as Botswana need it, and it's going to be either a make or ma game for both sides. So I expect to see an exciting game from both teams.
And what sort of chance do you give Botswana? Because they struggled at times in their opening game against Algeria, and Algeria obviously a different proposition to Nigerians.
I think Botswana, they have a very good chance at getting something out of this game, considering the fact that in the second half of that game against Algeria, they really came at Algeria with everything they've got. So if they can put up that same show they did in that second half of that game, I think they actually stand a very good chance at coming out with something in this game.
Well, there we go. You heard it here first. Desire Opera-Dozier as Botswana have a free kick. The Mares playing from left to right, all in white, and Nigeria all in green. And this will be taken by the player coming back into the side today, Alpha Tohe. She swings it in, deep it goes, and then up goes the Nigerian head to clear it away. Instantly a striker goal. Well, it took Botswana until the 76th minute of their opening game against Algeria to do that. And this time it's more like 76 seconds. And quite, of course, but you get my drift. Olekele for Chiamaka Nyadozie. And an early save, very comfortable for her. A positive start for Botswana, and that will give them something to build up. At the other end, though, Deborah Abiodun into the middle for the Super Falcons. And it drifts through all the way to the far side. Strike a goal from Tony Bain, and that's a solid piece of defending to stop that from travelling any further and testing procedure in the Botswana goal. Well, we've seen plenty of lively starts in the opening week of this Women's Africa Cup of Nations. In the first few minutes here, we've already seen efforts at both ends of the pitch. These two sides met in the last WAFCON when Botswana were making their tournament bow. Nigeria, you will not be surprised, won that game also in the group stage by 2-0. Onamuno and Achebe finding the back of the net for the Super Falcons, Ifioma, Onamuno and Christy Achebe. And Nigeria had won themselves an early corner where Jibade will send up the big guns from the back. Ashley Puntry coming into the box. So too Osinache Ohale, the central defender. Well, they scored from a set piece after 4 minutes against the Tunisians. And in the 5th minute now, what can they do on this occasion? There is Plumtree on the right of your screen, Ohale in the headband. What sort of delivery will we see? Swung in, and it goes behind for another corner. Nancy Bailetsi turning it behind. So another bite of the cherry for Vinsola. Babajide set up that opening goal the other day. Put it away this time by Maseho Moncho for Botswana. Still with Nigeria. Payne. There's too much on that, and that'll be a goal kick for Botswana. And they dealt with that well enough.
Yeah, they dealt with it pretty much well. Two subsequent corner kicks, and they handled it pretty well. And that's a good start. They've shown promising starts so far.
Well, they were played off the park in their opening half against the Algerians the other night, Botswana, but then they did really well to rally and take the game to the North Africans. They had a gilt-edged opportunity in the 76th minute, not taking it. Fell to the central midfielder. There's a foul in the middle of the park. And it was Laone Moloi who should really have converted. And then there were a couple of long-range strikes from Radia Canyo, which were decent efforts if a long way out. And they'll be hoping to do more than that in what is as tough a fixture as they come in African women's football. 12 tournaments played. Nigeria having won all but 3 of them, and they've got to the semi-finals on every single occasion. Botswana, meanwhile, might point to the fact that they got to the quarters in their only appearance to date 3 years ago, which was pretty impressive on debut. And they looked for Tolakele, but she didn't read the pass from the back. Harley will pick this up. This game being played in the Lavi Zauli Stadium in Casablanca. And the second of 6 games here, including a quarter-final, semi-final and a third-place playoff. And as Babajide plays it into the middle. And the safe hands of Besija picks it up, but it, well, the offside flag has gone up on the far side. Well, she's a reputable goalkeeper, Bosija. Plays for Mamelodi Sundowns in South Africa. She mixes it up often, understudy to Andile Dlamini, in South Africa #1. She did play a fair few games last season, the Botswana goalkeeper, and she's been in goal for the Mares since she was just 16 years of age. She's 27 now, so lots of experience, and that's going to come in handy tonight, I fancy.
Definitely, definitely. You know, the goalkeepers, the older they get, the better they become. And at 27, I still think she got a very long way to go, and her experience can actually come in handy this evening.
Tola Kele, on whom Botswana's coach certainly rest. So it's already Akanyo just charging to press, close this down. Payne just checks back. Hale goes long, looking for Oshuala. Cut out by Mahotsi, who plays their football back home like so many of this squad do, with double action. Not with all of them with double action, of course, but many of them based at home. Swung in by Payne again. A little flick away. Abajide will just play this back to Plumtree. Little 1-2 down the left-hand flank. Abajide making good progress again. And she was something of a surprise starter in the opening game, but she played really well. She scored one, she made one. And she's been lively again in the opening phases here and had a good game first time around as well.
Yeah, it's expected of her. She's had a very good career with her club, and she coming into the national team, she obviously have a point to prove, and that point is being a starter as a Super Falcons player. What can you offer? If you want to, keep starting games, you need to, close down. Lock in that shirt for yourself, so that when next they are to make selections, you'll be the first option for the coach to choose from. So I think so far she's done really well.
Former England Youth International, Abajide, won bronze at the 2018 Under-20 Women's World Cup. So this with Abiodun Presen, who's based in the United States, the 21-year-old. A good game against Tunisia in the centre of the park. The familiar blue-headed top of Ajiba. They knocked off the ball. And Botswana in the midfield. And the challenge coming in. Already Akanyo was too harsh. And Botswana with a free kick. Alimatu Ayinde, who sits at the base of that Nigerian midfield, right in front of the two central defenders with the infringement. Get long and forward, and far too long, and it was hard to see what was going on there because they were very flat, the Botswana front line. Very much played into the hands of Nigeria. And the touch to settle down Nadozie in the Nigerian goal. Ajiba, they cannot control that under pressure. And that's by Letzi. And stepping out at the back in just one touch too many. It was Demihin. Akanyo looking forward, trying to bring in to play Molloy. They've got a 5-woman defence tonight, Botswana. They played with 4 against Algeria. And I think that's a little bit of respect being shown by Alex Malete, their coach, to Nigeria.
Yeah, exactly. Playing against an opposition like Nigeria, you should, tighten up your defense, because Nigerian attack, it has a very great threat, and they can't afford to concede while they are, looking to score goals and get something out of the game.
Vital, especially when Botswana find it so hard to score goals. Just one in the last 4 matches at the WAFCON. They've only ever scored 5 in total, and 4 of them came in their first ever game in the tournament, when beating Burundi by 4 goals to 2. here in Morocco 3 years ago. Solakele with a brace that day, Radia Canyo with the other. Tebe also on the score sheet, and it was Tebe who scored the only goal since for the Mares, and meeting Morocco in the quarter-finals, which the host nation in 2022 and obviously this year as well. And managed to win by 2-1, so they've lost their last 4, but only by a single goal margin on each occasion. So they keep it tight. They're not that easy to beat. But if they're going to have any hope today, you surely have to believe they've got to get on the score sheet.
They have to. They have to. You know, during the press conference, the coach believes that this match is an opportunity for him and his team to capitalize on assuring that they will play in every moment. You know, the objective is to qualify for the next round, which is the quarterfinal, and a win or a draw today will keep that hope alive.
It certainly will. And it would also be one of the shocks of the competition so far. Mohotsi up towards Tolakele. He fails to gather it. Malloy tries to usher it forward. Ajibade finding some space on the right-hand side. Michel Olozier. Ohale based in Mexico with Pachuca, the 33-year-old. Plays it forward to the marauding Olozier. He's been with Houston Dash in the United States for a fair while now, since 2021. She'll get up and down that right-hand side. Olozier, they look down straight into the middle towards Oshuala. He's barely seen much of the ball in the opening quarter hour of this game.
Yeah, he has. That explains the formation of the Botswanan team, because, I mean, fielding 5 defenders against a strong Nigerian team, it will tell you the game plan and what they intend to achieve, and that's to cut off supply to Oshuala and make sure that their defense is not under any form of threat.
Radia Canyo, the 26-year-old with Gaborone United, is down on the floor. And he certainly won't want anything to happen to her. I said that 1 goal 3 years ago. She scored twice in qualifying as well. She is one of Botswana's key players, as the Nigeria coach Justin Madugu looks on. And to some in the stands. And it was actually Radia Canyo who had 2 of Botswana's 3 efforts against the Algerians. They cannot afford to lose her. She looks like she's going to be okay to continue a little bit of treatment. Let's have a look. Well, that's not good with her holding her face like that. She's just being gingerly sat down on the floor. Malete comes out. He's on the left of your screen, Alex Malete. Been in charge of Botswana since 2023. We'll keep an eye on Lesejo Radia Canyo. He's still receiving treatment. So Botswana down to 10 for the moment. That outfield players with the 5 at the back, there are just 4 of them to handle the Nigerian midfield and the defence as they come forward. Here's Ohale. And now there's another player down, and this is another key individual in this Botswana side. And it's Bosija in goal. Radia Canyo is coming back on the pitch. I wonder if this is a little bit of clever play from the Botswana goalkeeper, thinking, I don't want us to be playing with just 10 players, and we need Radia Canyo back on the pitch. We will see, of course. But it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to do, to try and get a full complement against undisputed powerhouses of African women's football.
Well, I don't know.
You don't want to comment on that?
Well, perhaps...
My words, not yours.
Well, perhaps it's, I mean, time management, maybe.
Well, so there was nobody around her, and she chose to go down at that point. I think it's
Maybe.
Can he play from the
but it's too early if
27-year-old?
that's what they're playing at.
I don't think they're wasting time. I think she just wants to get a full 11 players on the pitch, personally. Time also for a water break. And Maria Canio is back on the pitch. And Basija is back on her feet and will shortly be back underway. Well, it's a long way from Botswana in the south of the continent. Casablanca and Morocco in the north. And their fans, if they are going to be heard, will have to make some serious noise. And Nigeria, when they beat Tunisia, actually registered their first win in an opening game at the competition for quite some time. 9 years, would you believe? They lost their openers in both 2018 and 2022 to South Africa, who clinched the trophy 3 years ago, of course. And they are now looking for their first back-to-back wins at the start of a Women's Africa Cup of Nations since 2014, which is a really surprising statistic when I read that.
Yeah, it is actually. I mean, considering the fact that South Africa have been a very tough opponent, you know, every game against them, most especially when I was still part of the team, every game against South Africa is very tough, usually very tough. Against Van Wyk, when she was still a member of the team.
Janine Van Wyk, of course, yeah.
Yes, it's usually very tough against, you know, the South African defense, and at the end of the day, we usually comes back on top. But at the 2016-2018 opening games, it was really tough against them. We lost to them at the opening games. And
2018, certainly, and then you had the last laugh, of course, on penalties in the final.
Exactly.
And South Africa suffered what was then their fourth defeat in a final. They got over the line, of course, last time around. Morocco in Rabat in a game that attracted a record crowd for African women's football, just a little over 50,000 watching it. And it was quite the atmosphere as well. Mohotsi will look forward towards Tulakele. Plumtree with the header. Nigeria yet to really get into their groove, which means that Botswana are doing what they have to do, and I believe their 5 players at the back is working for now.
It is working for now because they've not really allowed Nigeria to, you know, get in the groove and play their normal game. I don't know for how long they are going to, you know, continue doing that. Let's see how this plays out.
There's a desire of Renozier, Nigeria international alongside me. Plumtree. With options down the line. Oshiwala is one of them. She gets a little touch. Abiodun just trying to take it off the toes of her opponent, unable to do so. Kabo Tanda preventing her from making ground forward. Here's Tulakele, closely marshalled by Plumtree. Smart turn that from Malloy, but only as far as Plumtree. But another former England international on the pitch for Nigeria. Finally, a bit of space. Ayinde trying to open it up. With the header missed by Ajibade. Botswana, well, they have a bit of space. They look forward early towards Tulakele. Not the most accurate pass. Malloy will pick it up. And Lozier played into Ajibade, and they've just got to settle down a bit, really, Nigeria. Get their foot on the ball and start finding their game. Yet to do that, as said, so far as we approach the midway point of this first half. Oshiwala, she didn't have the most amount of impact in that first half against Tunisia, and that was all she played before she went off. And they made their substitutions, Nigeria, bringing on the likes of Esther Okoronkwo. And that slightly changed the game and the shape for Nigeria in their opener. Ajibade, lovely cutback into Plumtree, who cannot make it 1-0 because she blazes high and wide, but expertly found. And that was the best chance of the game by far for Nigeria in this second game for them in Group B.
Yeah, that was a great chance, but it was also a very difficult ball for Ashley, running into it and having the Botswanan defender on her as well, it was a very difficult ball for her to have, gotten a good touch on the ball.
Lovely play from MD2, putting it on a plate for Ashley Plumtree, who you played alongside, and she seemed to take to the Nigeria account like a duck to water when she joined. What was it like having her in the squad?
It was fun. It was fun having her. I remember, there's a tradition in the Nigerian team. There's something we call induction for new players. So once you join the team, you have to either sing or dance, to entertain us and for us to, fully welcome you into the team. And when it was Ashley's turn, she's such a terrible dancer, by the way. The song will be playing a different beats and beating, and she will be dancing something different. It was really fun and funny at the same time.
She qualifies for Nigeria because her paternal grandfather was a Yoruba from Lagos. And she made the switch to Nigeria 3 years ago now, having been at England Youth International every step of the way from under 15 to under 23. But she decided she wanted to pledge her future to the African champions, not the European ones. I imagine you probably ribbed her and teased her about her dancing for quite some time then.
Yeah, and she knows she's such a terrible dancer.
So corner again. Which another former England Youth International, Babajide, will be taking. Can they find a green head? Swung in deep, here is Plumtree, but it's taken off swinging foot by Ohale. Ready to meet that on the volley. Nigeria's left back, Ohale, who scored in the 2023 Women's World Cup against Australia. Not getting the connection, should have wanted that.
Yeah, Ohale, she's one defender that is always, going up front when we have a set piece and all of that. And I mean, she got a goal in Australia. She nearly would have gotten a goal in the opener against Tunisia. I actually spoke to her after that goal miss, and she said she was as shocked as all of us that she thought that ball was going in. So that's how much it meant to her, and that she was very shocked to have missed that.
She's missed again, I'm afraid to say, as Nigeria steamed down the right-hand side. Cut out by Moncho. But wins it back unfairly in the eyes of the Rwandan official, to the dismay of the Nigerian supporters. Just down in front of us to the right-hand side. Arms out in the air. Let's have a look. Understand possibly why they're complaining. I think she got the ball pretty cleanly. Jibade, 25 years of age now. I can't believe she's so young, because she seems to have been around forever.
Yeah, she's one player that have gone through the ranks. She played in the under-17, under-20, and now with the senior team. And it's not a surprise for me to, the fact that she's now the captain of the team at this very young age. I mean, ahead of all the other senior players. She's one player that I know that is very organized. She's, well put together. She knows how to get things going and get things done, have that leadership quality and all of that. So I think it's not surprising to see her leading this team.
And a natural leader. She was in the side when you last won in Nigeria in 2018, when she was just, what, 17 years, I mean, not 17, 18 years of age?
Yes, and it was herself and Chiamaka Nnadozie that, got integrated into the team at that time. And look at where they are today.
Yeah, they are today indeed. Well, she is with Atletico Madrid in Spain, where she's been for a fair old while. The best players on the continent, without any shadow of a doubt. The Nigeria skipper. The Botswana player just on the sidelines for now. And as they look wide, cutting out the ball and heading for Johannes. Here's Country again, out towards Abiodun. Takes it down, dispossessed, Mahotsi. A little bit scrappy, that's really well played towards Oshoala. And Kane just looking for her, but they just cannot find her. They just need to hold on to it there, Botswana, but they've given it away cheaply. Babajide can't get onto it because Tanda put her off her stride. And she tries to win it back. Babajide, the 27-year-old based in Spain with Tenerife. And now more Nigerians up in arms, up on their feet, arms in the sky, as they complain once again about a decision that has gone Botswana's way. Well, if the aim of the game for Botswana was to frustrate Nigeria, they're doing exactly that. The coach of Botswana saying that they're not untouchable, even though they are strong about the Super Falcons. You'll be pretty happy with how things are going. Long up towards Radia Kanyo. Attempt to ball back to Johannes, cut out by Plumtree, who had the most touches of anybody when Nigeria met Tunisia just a few days ago. 27 years of age now, Plumtree plays their club football in Saudi Arabia. Johannes cannoning it off Plumtree once again. Building up a teeny little bit of steam here, Botswana, edging forward, edging their way down the pitch. Tolakele in the middle. She can be found by Alfetohe. Here is Tolakele. And let's see, had a swing at goal, it didn't travel too far. Get back underway, and there will be players come back into the side again today with that 23-year-old Alfetohe, who will launch this in. Excellent distance on the throw. Abiodun with the header away. Back in from Mohotsi. And by Letzi just trying to look for either Radia Kanyo or Tolakele, unclear. And Yadozie will just take her time here and settle things down and take the sting out of that sort of build-up from Botswana.
Yeah, I mean, that's the role of a goalkeeper, because now she plays as the last defender, so it's within her rights, it's her duty to make sure she calms the tempo and make sure everybody recovers, and then the team goes again.
Justin Madugu coming to the edge of his technical area to make his feelings felt. He's trying to become the first Nigerian coach to win this title since Florence Omagbemi did so in 2016. And she became the first and only woman to win the title as both player and coach. It was Thomas Dennerby, the Swede, who guided Nigeria's 2018 triumph. Botswana happy to go back before they come forward. Alfetohe trying that luck from distance, and you were telling me once that you thought Dennerby was the best coach you played under while you were playing for the Super Falcons.
Yeah. I mean, by far, undoubtedly one of the best, yeah.
And what did he bring that was so different?
Well, he's been in the women's football for years. He has wealth of experience. That was what he brought, and the Swedish team is one of league. I beg your pardon. The Swedish league is one of the best teams in across the globe, and he brought that experience. And with him, we were confident. That's one thing he brought to us. And
Johannes for Botswana. That's a good-looking ball in, nice shape and bend on it, but there was just no one in the middle to attack it. Nothing wrong with the delivery.
Yeah, nothing wrong. No one was there.
Tolakele in there, Malloy as well. And Tolakele is very much the central striker for Botswana. On that occasion, just needed a little bit more support.
So with the game Botswana is playing, they're obviously defending in numbers, and just like this moment they got now with that cross, I think they should, work extra hard to make sure they get more numbers up front, so that when those crosses come, they would have people in there to actually connect it.
If they can keep it like this for a long while, I'm sure that the further the game goes on, they might throw caution to the wind and throw more numbers forward. It's a Botswana throw right in front of the Nigeria dugout, and we're watching Madugu. Plumtree with a header. Mahotse inside. Radio Canyo picks it up. This is the sort of distance that she struck a goal last time around, and there is a striker goal, and it comes in from Laone Molloy. She didn't waste any time. Dozier with the save. There's now 2 shots on target from Botswana, but that wasn't going to trouble Africa's best goalkeeper for the last 2 seasons from that sort of distance.
Yeah, I'm glad she's a bit busy in this game. After the Tunisian match, I spoke to her, and she said she definitely wished she had gotten more shots, to deal with. And now, I mean, from the first half, she's already handled 2 already. I'm sure she's happy.
Babajide down, but no decision is given. Kane is popped up on the left-hand side. Moved to flanks. Ajibade forward into Oshuala. Oshuala, still up she goes. Excellent defending at the back. Now, shot comes in anyway, and then over the bar. They cannot convert. Nigeria, the Super Falcons, need to head back as well. Tony Payne, the 30-year-old. And as you can hear from the Super Falcons supporters, we are saying, let's give us a goal. Well, Ajibade again playing a smart ball forward. It was good defending at the beginning from Moncho, and then just driven into the danger area. Payne just could not keep it down. But that was a wonderful opportunity. She just leant back a little bit as she came in.
Yeah, and I kind of have an idea of what she wanted to do there. The Botswanan defender is already on the ground, and I think she just wanted to roof that ball where it doesn't get to anybody, but then unfortunately it was off target. But I kind of have an idea of what she wanted to do in that situation.
And she made a goal last time out, Tony Payne. That was an opportunity for her to score one. And with Everton in England since 2024, after a fairly lengthy spell before that in Spain with Sevilla. Goal scoring for the national team is was on her mind then, and another really good opportunity was begging for the Super Falcons. Minutes to go to the break, and Botswana, I'm sure, will be growing in confidence. Alozio forward to Ajibade, often in space. Forward into Oshuala, surrounded by 3 players in white. Here is still Oshuala, dispossessed again. And it was noticeable, and this is the clear tactic, and that's why they are playing 5 at the back, so those 3 centre-backs can smother Oshuala, and that's exactly what they did there.
Yeah, that's exactly, and it's working for them, and I can't wait to see how Coach Madugu can actually, fix this, what he can change in the second half to make sure that doesn't happen. But I think if I'm in that position, I think the best thing to do is to play away from the middle. Oshuala, I'm talking about her, play through the side, and probably have someone else come in the middle, and maybe from the side she can actually get into her groove.
Well, if she can draw 3 defenders, obviously it's a bit of space on the
flanks,
and then, like we saw the cutback from Ajibade to Plumtree.
Exactly.
That's the on-rushing midfielder that can profit from the space as Oshuala draws the players magnet-like around her. Procedure forward, long, flicked on. I kind of thought she was in, but instead it's a foul on Halle. Dozier. Hosting England, like some of their teammates, having joined fighting in Hove Albion from Palace FC. Knocks it forward. Abiodun. working really, really hard. The lowest rated team in the tournament. I'm sure they'll be delighting their coach. He said that this competition gives his players an opportunity to play in front of scouts, bigger audience, and hopefully they will get professional contracts and thus develop the game. There's going to be a countrywide national championship in Botswana next season. Previously it's been categorised on a regional basis. And more money coming into the game from the Botswana FA, from the Confederation of African Football as well. He's got work to do. And he's got to find a solution, which he did at half-time last time around. And he's doing the changes again. Botswana going into the challenge, going down on the ground. She'll win the free kick. With her goal against Tunisia last time out, Botswana, she went to 14 goals at the WAFCON, and I'm afraid to say that took her one ahead of you.
Yeah, I mean, it's expected. I mean, she still have a couple of more games to score. I knew she would get ahead of me, and it's expected. There's no surprise whatsoever. She's a goal poacher, great goal poacher, and it's no surprise at all. I knew it won't be long before she goes ahead.
She's going to be feeling that challenge from Bailetsi. Central midfielder with Haverone United, and Botswana down on the ground. And she is a record breaker, as we know. And said a 6-time African Player of the Year. She's played for the likes of Liverpool, Arsenal, and notably Barcelona, of course, where she made history as the first African woman to score in a UEFA Champions League final back in 2021. She won Spain's Golden Boot. She was a real pioneer, it felt like, at the time. She drove the African games forward in playing for these clubs and delivering these records. And something else to think that she broke through 11 years ago at the 2014 WAFCON when so young, and scoring 4 goals then, and she's just been firing them in ever since.
Yeah,
what's she like as a person? So you know her very well.
Well, she's a very lovable person and very fun to be with. All the times we've been in camp, we always, play together, have games and listen to music together. We sometimes, off record, sometimes we sneak out of camp to, do 1 or 2. So she's very fun to be with. And even in that 2014 tournament, and I think it was in Namibia, it was just 1 goal between us. I won the Golden Boot, 5 goals. She was on 4 goals. So it was kind of a positive competition between us.
Healthy rivalry.
Exactly. Yeah. So she's a fun person to be with.
Bailetsi is on the floor, and once again Botswana down to 10 players. Just might explain some of the space that is there on the right-hand side for Nigeria. Ajibade comes inside. Plumtree. Abajidi on her left, but she plays it forward to Abiodun. Ajibade, nice feet as she goes into the area, into the middle as well. Smothered again. And there's that fog of white-shirted Botswana players. Demahing now. Alozie. Long. It's going to go over Abiodun, but not over Barajide. Into the middle it goes, only as far. Ajibade. Just for a moment I thought she was going to be able to turn and get a strike away. Botswana now just touching that forward. And into Bosija, who's taking her time, just slowing this down. Why not? Botswana had just 26% possession when they met Nigeria 3 years ago. expect they've got a lot more now. That's a, I was going to say, a foul coming in from Radia Canyon, not being given. Nigeria building down the right-hand side. Touch inside. Ajibade forced backwards to Demehi. Plumtree. Babajide. 3 in the middle if she can get the ball over. And it's blocked and cut out again, and further dogged defence at the back from Botswana. Thou shalt not pass attitude from the Mares. And once again just hacked away. Demehin just trying to keep it alive. 2 minutes to the half-time whistle. Can Nigeria make the breakthrough before then? It would change all the team talks for both coaches. Swing of the boot, diagonal wide, and it's picked up by Mochawe. With Gaborone United. Botswana just trying to play their way out, but under pressure from the Nigeria captain. And they've got the throw, and they've survived another little storm from Nigeria.
Yeah, and we've seen what Botswana is doing so far. They are defending with everything they've got, and I think we need somebody in the team. Maybe that's what Ajibade does best. I've seen one move she did right now. She tried to drive with the ball, take the bull by the horn, and try to make out something out of play. I think we need that approach.
Yes, you need a little bit of creativity
exactly
in the midfield area just to open things up a bit. And Ajibade, undoubtedly the player to do that. And one of them who certainly can do that. Nyadozie long and forward. Over the heads of Abiodun and Ayinde, and Oshuala tries to play it out too. Ajibade forward up to Tolakele. See too much of Tola Kelly. She was the top scorer in the CAF Women's Champions League 2 years ago with 5 goals for Sundowns, including 2 in the final. The South Africans winning that side. And even in the first game in this tournament, just the one chance for her. So she's on meagre ashes. She got that shot away in the very first minute of the game, and it's their only shot on target so far. Malloy with that effort at just over 10 minutes or so ago. It's going to be 3 minutes.
Additional time, 3 minutes. الوقت الإضافي 3 دقائق.
Botswana, if they can keep it goalless, will go into the dressing rooms here in Casablanca very happy. Plumtree. Babajide. Judged to be fouled, and this is a free kick in a dangerous position for the Super Falcons.
Yes, it is, and hopefully they can make something good out of it. And who can do this?
Babajide, we imagine, will swing this in. Came off the shoulder of Oshuala last time around. And this will be a test, another one. The likes of Moncho, Tanda, Alfetohe, back for Botswana. Possibly for Bosiju as well, had no chance with the Nigerian goal. Scored early on. And opening defeat by Tia Shuni. Really good save in that game as well. And Nigeria find the breakthrough against a stubborn Botswana side. Just waiting for the referee to be happy. You can see the wall, and they're protecting themselves. I think she's going to swing this in rather than go direct for goal, Babajide. Indeed she does. Right head that gets it away. Abiodun picks it up. Strike a goal from her, just trying to dink it over Osija. And that sails harmlessly over. And into the final of the 3 minutes, and you can see what she was trying to do. She just didn't get it right, obviously.
Obviously did not, and I think those kind of balls you should be able to, take care of it very well and probably put it back into the mix, for us to see what comes out of it.
So far, it's Malete who is winning the tactical duel here. Taking their time. There's not going to be too much action after this throw from Mohotsi. Abiodun. There's a free kick Nigeria's way. Need to be pretty speedy about it because we're past the 3-minute mark, and sorry, not Nigeria's way, Botswana's way, and a chance for them to really push some players forward, and they haven't got a lot to lose. But they do need to get a move on. And the last time they just hit this far too far forward towards Nyadozie. Can they get ahead on it? Tanda. And it's Alozie who does so. Nadia Kanyo strikes a goal, a little dribbler. Very comfortable for the 24-year-old Nyadozie. Comes out and then she hits it long as well. And there goes the half-time whistle. In an opening period in which the 9-time African champions and the top-rated side on the continent have been frustrated against the lowest ranked team in this tournament, Botswana. But all credit to the Mares. They've done exactly what they set out to do. They're gathering in a huddle in the middle of the pitch. And I'm sure their coach will be absolutely delighted if they can finish full-time like this as well, because at the break in Casablanca, it's Botswana 0, Nigeria 0.
This is Racing Today in Mzansi.
Your favorite horse racing show with more action. You have to bet for the winning horse.
You can bet on the fact that me and my squad will be going out of our way to fill up your wallet and broaden those smiles.
Experience the exhilarating horse racing competition in the land by tuning into Racing Today every weekday at 5. Catch all this action everywhere for everyone on SABC Plus and SABC Sport. Proudly brought to you by SABC Sport.
Yeah, boy, yes, it is that time of the week, NBA Life Science in.
The game is bigger than just basketball. It's a whole lifestyle.
The first half ups to an end in dramatic fashion.
But NBA, double hot. You think I'm lying? Bona when are yourself.
This is where style meets skill and legends are made. Catch all the culture, the highlights, and the stories that make the NBA. NBA Live, Thursdays at 6:30 on SABC Sport Channel and Sundays at 1 on SABC2. Also available at your fingertips on SABC Plus. Proudly brought to you by SABC Sport. For the love of the game.
30 years ago, a moment united a nation.
That is it. The final whistle in South Africa win this Rugby World Cup final by 15 points to 12.
Now, the vibration rises again. From the heart of Mzansi to every corner of the country. The mighty Springboks take on the Azori in a clash where history meets destiny. This is more than a match. It's a country moment.
They've worked hard for it, have the South African team. And
celebrate the 30th anniversary of our 1995 Rugby World Cup victory. Watch South Africa versus Italy, Saturday 12 July at 4 p.m. Live on SABC2 and streaming on SABC Plus. Download the SABC Plus app now. Switch, stream, no subscription. SABC Sport, for the love of the game.
SAFTA award-winning reality show The Tastemaster SA is back every Tuesday evening at 7:30 on SABC2.
they hit, it's tense.
The ovens are hot, but the competition is even hotter as 10 culinary talents compete for over 200,000 Rand in prizes.
Oh, you can feel the palpable chaotic energy.
Watch as they take on weekly cooking challenges and present their best dishes to impress celebrity chef Zola Nene.
The pressure is getting worse. Clock is ticking.
They're all hungry to win, but only one will taste the title.
Oh no, the situation is unraveling. I am panicking.
The time is going. The Taste Master Kitchen does not wait for anyone.
Catch the new season of the Taste Master SA. Tuesday evenings at 7:30, repeat Wednesdays at 1 and Sundays at 4 p.m. Only on SABC2.
30 years ago, a moment united a nation.
That is it. The final whistle then. South Africa win this Rugby World Cup final by 15 points to 12.
Now, the vibration rises again. From the heart of Mzansi to every corner of the country. The mighty Springboks take on the Azori in a clash where history meets destiny. This is more than a match. It's a country moment.
I've worked hard for it. Have the South African team.
Celebrate the 30th anniversary of our 1995 Rugby World Cup victory. South Africa versus Italy, Saturday 12 July at 4 p.m. Live on SABC2 and streaming on SABC Plus. Download the SABC Plus app now. Switch, stream, no subscription. SABC Sport, for the love of the game.
Raft of substitutions coming. So Alozie is coming off.
No, not Alozie, Payne.
Well, like, hang on, I think, no, not Alozie, you're absolutely right. Botswana substitutes that, I think, a tad confusing.
Substitution for Nigeria. Player number 7 is replaced by player number 10. Player number 2 is replaced by player number 18. Player number 8 is replaced by player number 6. 3 تغييرات في صفوف منتخب نيجيريا. خروج اللاعب رقم 7 ودخول اللاعب رقم 10 كريستي أوشيب. خروج اللاعب رقم 2 ودخول اللاعب رقم 19 فيرونيكا شينودي. خروج اللاعبة رقم 8 ودخول اللاعبة رقم 6 أوكرونو إسير.
And also coming onto the pitch, Esther Okoronkwo. And so for the second game running, Asisat Oshuala is off the pitch. And this happened against Tunisia, and in my eyes, Nigeria were a better side without the 6-time Women's African Footballer of the Year on the pitch. She's not the player she was. Okoronkwo gave Nigeria something different, so she will go down the middle for the Super Falcons. Will stick on the right in Hezwo. Will be on the left of the front three for Nigeria. Just trying to make out the changes as well for Botswana, because I think they were being held up when the Nigerian players were coming in. While Punchy coming forward for Nigeria. Into the middle it goes. Hezwo with an instant opportunity. And she cannot keep down. And Good ball in from Plumtree. Good running from Hezuo. And she just needed a deft glance there. She didn't need to generate the power. She just needed a little flick inside the far post type thing. And instead she went for broke and got too much on it.
Yeah, and that was a good ball delivery from Ashley, by the way. And like you said, Ihezuo didn't need much power on that ball. She obviously did not look before she, took that leap.
But bright running from the 28-year-old who had good impact and settled the game with Nigeria's third late on against the Tunisians. With it first, Chebe as well. Looking for Chibede down the right-hand side. There was a 2 held up by the assistant referee, but both the number 2s, as far as I can see, are still on the pitch. Judo who came off. We're finally getting there. Confusing without clear instructions. So Babajide is off. And we thought there were going to be Botswana changes, but they seem unchanged, and therefore would very much indicate that Alex Malete is happy with what he saw in that opening 45, and for the moment it's going to be more of the same. Fatohe back into Tando, just goes long and up towards Radia Canyo. Forward from Christy Ochodo, based in Portugal with Benfica, but too long for Okoronkwo. And himself is based in Canada, the 28-year-old with ASC Toronto. She top scored in qualifying for the Super Falcons with 3 goals. And she made Hezuo's goal against Tunisia with that nice little flick, which just perfectly teed it up for her fellow forwarders, Ashley Plumtree. They play this into the middle, looking into Okoronkwo, who's full of running, and that pace and desire to run wasn't necessarily there in the first half. Straight down the middle of the pitch. Yeah, and I mean, from what we've seen so far, we could say I think the Botswana defense is loosening up a little bit, and perhaps Nigeria can actually get something from this game, because now they are opening up the defense gradually. Let's see what happens. Ajibade, options in the middle. Here is Hezuo again, teeing up Plumtree, and just as she was about to pull the trigger, the referee's whistle blew for a foul. And Mohotsi, and that's prevented Ashley Plumtree from letting fly. Actually one of the most capped players in the Botswana squad. Getting contact on the ball. Into by Hezuo, who got nothing on it. Just waiting for the referee to be happy that they can restart. There's confusion about which ball to use at the moment. And it's going to be Justin Madugu who's going to just chuck this back in. Clock running down will suit Botswana more than it will Nigeria for the moment. MD2. Karonko. Abiodun caught really late there by Radiakanyo. And it'll certainly be a free kick in Nigeria's way, as I saw it. And I wonder if the referee will have a word with the Botswana player as well. And she's going for her yellow. And yes, she will. Radiakanyo was not one of those booked in the opening game for Botswana. I'm assuming she's the player that's going to go into the book, but we can't be sure for certain until we see it. Deborah Abiodun, named Conte after France international N'Golo Conte, and had a decent game in the opener, almost went close to scoring as well. Wait to see the decision of the referee from Rwanda. Just coordinate, as you can see. And I think she's just waiting for the Botswana player to be back on her feet before she's going to show her a yellow card. She's taking her time. Is she going to give this to Abiodun? Well, she has booked Abiodun. And that's why I said we have to wait to see where it's going to go. And that means that Abiodun will be missing Nigeria's third and final game, and yet she was the player that was caught. Your thoughts on that, Desire Operanozio?
Well, I could read her lips saying it's not fair. It's definitely not fair. I thought the foul was actually against Abiodun, and it's rather disappointing to see that it's actually for her.
Yes, I don't think that was the greatest decision from Rwanda's Aline Anatoni. And I think that will be a cause of frustration for certainly Abiodun, who will miss Nigeria's final game on Sunday against Algeria here at this stadium. Nigeria play Algeria on Sunday evening, Tunisia, Botswana. Both those games kicking off at 8 p.m. local time, which is 1900 GMT. And at present, it may well be that all the teams will be hopeful of making it through to the last 8. Radiakanyo, who certainly got away with one. The question is, how much longer can Botswana keep this up?
Well, I guess as long as they will need to, as long as they will need to, for the whole 90 minutes perhaps. That's the game plan, and it looks like they are going to go all the way.
And then the question is, what tactical changes, what further plans do Nigeria have to change things around? We heard Desiree Ellis, the South Africa coach, saying that if plan A didn't work, she's going to go to plan B, and then plan C, and plan D, and plan E, and she had multiple plans up her system. Does Madugu, the Nigeria coach. And we shall see in the 33 minutes or so that remain. Botswana have never kept a clean sheet at the WAFCON. And up against the strongest team and most decorated side on the continent there. Unfortunately, the hour marker doing that. Nadozie up towards Ajibade. She cannot control it. Turned around by Beiletsi. Trying to put Plumtree under pressure. Nice ball inside, aiming for Ajibade, but cut out. A bit scrappy in that midfield area. And Demihin will just play this in towards Uchebe. Ohale now. Bit of space here for Alozio. Karonko once again full of running down the flanks. Hezwo in the middle. Ajibade just ghosting into the penalty area, and it comes in. One or two hard hit from Esther Okoronkwo. But she does look dangerous when she gets on the ball. She's got good pace, moves forward very nicely, full of intent, but just far too much on that.
Yeah, she does look dangerous, and all those runs is, I think that's what we've been missing since, and now she's brought it into the field, and so far it's been working well. Just that the last touches, she needs to, you know, make sure she gets it right.
Well, that's a waste from Osija. And Alozie will try. Spark Nigeria one more time. Okoronkwo, nice first touch from her. Inside to Abiodun. Oh, that yellow card affect her. Ayinde. Patrick. Demian just into Ohale. Having to be patient. Super Falcons. Into Patrick. Just fancies herself to get past her opposite number, Mahotsi. Just didn't have the legs. She stopped Botswana from advancing forward. She gets so high up the pitch, Fletcher, on regular occasions. Cannot control. Alozie picks it up. Ayinde sitting deep where she wants to conduct things from. Country to her left. Country again just cannot beat her opposite number. Just forward by Belit. Bit of space over on this left-hand side for Radia Kanya. What can she do with it? Charging forward and into the middle. She played it well. She could have gone for goal. I'm not sure she looked up, but if she had done, she would have seen that there weren't many teammates alongside her. And instead, Plumtree can come forward again from the left-back position for Nigeria. Hezwo. That's a Plumtree again. And they just slow it right down. And I think Nigeria slowing it down plays again into Botswana's favour.
Yes, but then when they try to speed it up, you see that they're making a lot of faulty passes, and it's actually, we've seen a couple of times when it's difficult with those faulty passes. It's difficult to actually keep the ball under control. So I think maybe one of the many ways they can actually break down this defense is to shoot from outside the box, the edge of the box. I think that can actually help.
Will it happen? Who can break the deadlock as we tick past the hour mark? Alozie into the middle. The principal figure of Nancy Beletsi just heading that out. As you say, they are parking the bus, Botswana. Very efficiently so far. Alozie. Chebe too high for her. Ayinde going in. Plumtree coming in. She goes down. Claims again from the Nigeria supporters, hoping for more. Country herself hasn't done so. That's nice. Into Abiodun, she just cannot control it. And they bustle out of defence, Botswana, and looking long for Tolakele, and once again they cannot find their star striker. And it just means that the green wave will start coming back, and you can see that. Words from Ajibade. She clearly got the ball, Johannes. I think that's why Country didn't make too much of that whatsoever, but Ajibade just rolling the dice as a skipper. Tanda is out into touch. And Nigeria just camped for the moment in the Botswana half. There's going to be another delay possibly again. Sits down on the floor. This will disrupt the Nigerian rhythm once again, and that's been something that's affected them all game.
Yeah, I mean, it does disrupt their game plan. really. I think at this point they need one or two players who can, drive the ball in the final third and with a very distinctive approach. I mean, they have to throw in everything. Coach needs to come up with tactics, whatever it takes. Odega, I think we can see Odega, Onomono, Echegini, they are all going to warm up. Hopefully, maybe the injection of these players can actually, turn things around. So I'm curious to see how he deals with this situation and probably gets the desired 3 points that he needs to get through the next round.
Indeed. We need a spark. It's Balatanye Johannes who's currently off the pitch. The latest one for Botswana. Lozio. Actually read it. And then he's trying to get hacked forward by Hofetse Mochawe. Cummings of the green shot. Ajibade. And Lozio now. Gets away from Malloy. Ayinde. Abiodun. Plumtree. Striker goal from Plumtree and tipped over the top, and that was a much better effort. And just as Oporinoze was saying, you need to strike from distance, and that was a well-hit effort from Ashley Plumtree. It needed saving, and it certainly was, but that was much better.
I just said it a couple of minutes ago, and funny enough, this seemed to be the only shot on target in this game. I mean, we've had pressure and we've had too many shots off target, but shooting from outside the 18 seemed to be the only thing that will work in this situation.
So it's taken 65 minutes for Nigeria to register strike on goal against Botswana, which is all credit to the Mares, and actually tells a little bit about the Nigeria finishing. Ajibade with the corner over on the far side. It's been high into the sky. Alozie going in for it, but headed away by Bailetsi. Dropped to Abiel, and she couldn't get much on it. Malloy then. Well, it's head tennis at the moment. And there's this going. Tanda with the header. And the strike coming in from Ohale. Didn't get a hold of it. And another Botswana player down. And the clock will continue to tick down. Well, before the tournament, the Nigeria captain, Ajibade, said that despite our talent, we haven't had much time to bond. The little time we have, we hope we can pull out something. Which suggested that Nigeria didn't have the preparation she would have liked. And do you think we're seeing that on the field right now?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's have played a role to what we're seeing here today, because I mean, every FIFA calendar is meant for players regrouping, for them to get to learn each other, know each other more, and play grade A games. And in the case of the build-up to this tournament, that didn't happen. They only had the opportunity to play 2 games, and I think that have actually had an effect on them. And judging from what we can see here today, I think it has an impact on their performance today.
Far from clicking at present. Nigeria, last title in 2018. Every time they've failed to win the trophy, they've come back to win at the next occasion. South Africa lifting it in 2022. No tournament in 2020, of course, because of the coronavirus pandemic. It's not how you start a competition, it's how you end it. So we must be careful not to write off Nigerian chances. They're certainly going to have to raise their game, one would have thought. If they are going to be succeeding in what they're calling Mission X in Nigeria, Mission 10 effectively, to get what would be a 10th continental crown, and so go one better than the likes of the United States in the CONCACAF region and the People's Democratic Republic of China in Asia. To be the best worldwide. Radia Kanyo. And that's Canada off the head of Ajibade. And they fight to stop it from going behind from a corner, and they fail to do so. And Botswana do have a corner. And this could be an opportunity for them to open the scoring. And what a moment this would be if they did say Uchebe unable to properly clear it. And I'm sure That man, Alex Malete, will be hoping that the work done on the training ground can enable Botswana to take the lead here, because they've got a lot right so far. They've got one player in the 6-yard box and just a third now entering the penalty area outside that. So there's going to be a problem with the ball ready at Kenya, so I think we're going to have a ball change again. I think they need to send a few players more forward, but perhaps it's all about timing the run.
For the Botswanans, yeah?
Absolutely.
I agree, yeah, just like they did now. And although they didn't have a lot of players up front, but they were able to manage that counter-attack situation, and you see they got corner kick from that play.
Tanda went close against
substitution for Nigeria. Player number 13 is replaced by player number 12. تغيير في صفوف منتخب نيجيريا، خروج اللاعب رقم 13 ودخول اللاعب رقم 12 اشكيني اونايشي.
She is on the Saint-Germain ladies player, just as she came on in the first game. As a corner to defend for Nigeria. Botswana looking to create a slice of history. In it comes, headed away. Ayohale. And Plumcho will just play it long up towards Okoronkwo. Nicely controlled on her chest, and then she turns as well. But she can't find Hezwo. Just need better quality up top. Can Chibade provide it? She shows nice chest control now, and then looks into the middle while she was aiming for Hezwo, because she was in acres of space. The player wearing number 19, but the delivery was way off for once from the Nigerian captain.
Yeah, it was way off and straight into the hands of the Botswanan goalkeeper, but I think she should have played Alozie on this other side of the field, who made that run for her. I think we would have stood a better chance at approaching the goal.
Okoronkwo looking for Hezwo again. Out to the right-hand side now, so Ajibade, as the Nigerian fans try to roar the Super Falcons on. Touched out. And I think a little bit of cramp. By Letzi. 29-year-old. Works really hard in that midfield area. Alongside Malloy and Johannes. There are only 3 of them, of course, because they played 5 at the back end. So looks to possibly be struggling with cramp. He's up on our feet for now. Alozie. Here comes Achebe, strike a goal and just past the post. And it was fired in from Echegini, who's just come on. Instant impact. And she just has a few inches the wrong side of the post from a Nigeria persuasion. Snapshot from the substitute. And just for a moment, it seemed to open up for her.
Yeah,
You're shaking your head.
Yeah, I am, because I mean, this kind of game, and you have opportunity like this, we need to make it count. Nigeria need to be very clinical in front of goal, because with the way this is going, it's obvious that Botswana want to get a draw out of this game, and you can't get that kind of opportunity and not bury it.
By Letzi, forward to Tolakele. Just one player in the middle, and that's why it's been allowed to just roll all the way across. The offside flag gone up on the far side in any case. Nigeria will come forward again. They're desperate to get the goal. It's the win that would take them into the last 8. Don't forget. Okoronkwo full of running, and Ajibade, Hezwo, and they're supported. It's a very different looking Nigeria side to the one that started the game. By Letzi, she's still struggling. I suspect we'll recommend that she gets some treatment. Because she's not playing at full pelt by any stretch of the imagination. Continues to bark instructions in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. definitely improved Nigeria, but not enough long forward. Dozier comfortably gathers. She must have a little feeling of deja vu at launching yet another attack. On this occasion, really hoping that the outcome will change. Well, that's far too long. Malloy can't get a foot on it. But she's won a free kick for Botswana. And Botswana will take their time, as we have seen throughout this game. They've handled it very smartly, whatever you may be thinking as Nigerians are.
Yeah, of course. I mean, every free kick to their favor would, I mean, it would be a very good relief for them because, I mean, they will take their time. That's what they want, and it seems to be working in their favor so far.
Long from Mochawe. Allowed to bounce. Dozier picks it up and Botswana scarper back. You can see the player on the screen just charging back, ready Akanyo to get into position. Try and obstruct. As they come forward, Ayinde. Alozio forward to Okawanka, who's in behind there, the touch of a Botswana player. He's a Woodcock for a corner, that's really well defended. At the back, and then Ajido trying to get the ball clear, and neither can Botswana. Swung in by the Nigeria captain. Really important that she gets a good hand on this procedure, and she does so. Under pressure she was. Showing us what a goalkeeper she is. I said, well over a decade in the Botswana goal. She made a vital save in qualifying against Kenya, and preventing the East Africans from scoring from the penalty spot in the 7th minute of stoppage time, which helped the Mares go through. And so far she's been solid tonight. Just over a quarter of an hour to hold out. Here's Okoronkwo for Nigeria. Hezuo in the middle if she can find her. And she can't because the Dilame Bosija has come out and gathered bravely so at the feet of Chinwendu Hezuo, and she'll be down, and will keep on ticking. And that was good goalkeeping.
Yeah, that was good goalkeeping, and I think Okoronkwo should have done better with that delivery, put it away from the reach of the goalkeeper. That way, it would have been a lot easier for Hezuo to deal with that goal. It was really a very poor delivery and good goalkeeping from
She was close, though, Okoronkwo, to finding a fellow substitute.
Yes. I mean, their partnership in the last game really worked well, and, you know, Ihezuo's goal came off Okoronkwo's assist, and we just got close to the same scenario repeating itself again, but just because of poor ball delivery, that didn't happen.
The decision was certainly caught. 60 games last season for Sundowns, keeping 11 clean sheets. She's back up on her feet. A handful of players from Botswana just getting some water, but also some tactical advice from their coach. He's got a look of thunder, just Madugu, but he needs to find the keys to unlock Botswana's door. Country wins the header. Tanda been solid at the back for Botswana. And they have a throw in. They'll be tired, but this will be massive for them. They open their campaign in 2022 and beating Burundi, as said earlier. Then there was defeat against Nigeria, defeat in the final game in the group as well. They are holding on here. It will be the first time in 5 if they are able to get what be a very, very precious point, and a very unlikely one as well. Well, you said early in the game that you thought Botswana would cause there problems. I thought Nigeria might. Certainly. goal, or at least two, against this side, but they are making heavy work of it.
Yeah, you know, with the last editions, this is a repeat of last edition's fixture, but then again,
it's a header back, and small goalkeeping again. She had to come out just enough on the header. Ajibade and Hezuo charging in. Is this the sort of game where Botswana will nip them right at the death? And Chawe. Twahe just hits that long. It's a shame we've not seen more of Tolakele up top, because as it has been a largely defensive display from Botswana, she's seldom been used in the game. It's almost as if they're playing with 10, if you know what I mean.
Exactly, and when you're playing against a team with that game plan, it's hardly to see the striker having much contribution into play.
And we have seen this sort of tactic many times before, and it's just up to the theoretically better side to do what they need to do. Nigeria's squad, two players based overseas in some top leagues and some big names like Paris Saint-Germain, France, players based in Italy, Mexico, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, the United States, and that's what Botswana, well, most of them based at home and few outside of the country. And then when they are in places like Namibia, Zambia, and South Africa as well, Alozie into the middle. She can't find a teammate. And this needs to go away, and it does go away. And it is one-way traffic.
Obviously, it is.
Deep from Ajiba there, she just shakes her head. And a claim for that over the line from Port of Nigeria, supporters to our right-hand side. I think possibly more in hope and expectation. Let's have a look at this. The whole game, of course, has to cross the line, and this will absolutely be the angle. And it very much shows us the procedure did very well. It was ironic because Ajiba, they looked really cross with her delivery, and yet it caused some problems at the back for the Botswana goalkeeper.
Yeah, Ajibade needs to do better with those crosses. I think he's done a similar one earlier before now, and really she needs to do better.
The judge to have found her opposite number, Moncho, captained the side 4 years ago. The 34-year-old. She plays for a club called Security System. A bad name for a defender, and it's basically been the approach that Botswana have taken from kickoff. 10 minutes now. He dares to hold out. Halley misses it. Lloyd. Down. Here's for him behind. Here's Ajibade into the middle it goes. Just too far forward for Hezuo. Into the middle it comes. Another chance for Nigeria to seal it. Oh, that's a super save from Basija to turn that behind for a corner. Well, we said she had to be on top of her game, and that was really smart goalkeeping once again from the 27-year-old to deny Nigeria one of their best efforts of the game. Look at that. And really, really good playing goal to deny Echejine. Solid hand on it.
What a save. What a save that was by Basija. What a save. Amazing. And I think that should have gone in, but what a good work by the goalkeeper.
You do have to congratulate the goalkeeper. I know you might be saying it through gritted teeth, Desire, but you were full of praise, and rightly so. Echejine showing us what she's all about. Another Botswana player down. They absolutely know what they're doing. They're desperate to play in this competition, Jennifer Echejine. They said it in their first game, the quote from one of her PSG teammates: she creates danger every time she touches the ball. That's a wonderful thing to be said about you as a footballer, so it's worth repeating. And And she got away a really good effort for once for Nigeria in this game.
Of course, we could see the danger she almost created there, and even earlier when she came on, she had a direct impact when she came on playing that ball off target. That one I earlier mentioned, she should have brought it on target, and she's had quite an impact in this game since coming on. What a great player she is.
She has indeed. Well, Botswana are going to have to defend this corner with just the 10 players. How will that affect them? That's the wrong quote. With the delivery. Time running out for Nigeria. And again, Botswana's goalkeeper does well, and even better than that, she wins a free kick for her side. And she goes down. Well, it's Mourinho-esque, these tactics, isn't it? Waste time, park the bus, get the point, and go away. But you've got to get over the line, that's the thing. And they've done everything right up till now, but things can change so quickly. And if that individual had not been smart to deny Echechine, all the good work from Botswana would have gone out the window. Well, we are in the 84th minute of this game, and Botswana make their first
substitution for Botswana. Player number 3 is replaced by player number 18. تغيير في صفوف منتخب بوتسوانا، خروج اللاعب رقم 3 ودخول لاعب رقم 18 نوندي مالوسلا.
Matlasela, a 33-year-old forward with Prisons FC back home. And she is. And now they told her a warden in a prison as well. She doesn't have to be to play for the team, but the procedure has gone into the referee's notebook. And has she conceded a free kick as well? And if so, that would be very costly. She hasn't, but she has certainly been cautioned. Seller is normally a forward. We'll just have to see where she goes to pose. At the moment, she's gone straight into midfield. Malloy cannot control the header. Over the top, looking for Hezwo. Really important task just to hold up her run. She's got Country behind her. 3 Nigerian players in the area. In it comes. Found away by Fatohe. And Yinde coming forward. Country with room to get the cross in. And Malloy with the header away. And Country will go again. Full of running. Into the middle it goes. And this will go behind for a corner. And more pressure from Nigeria. And more defending to be done for Botswana.
Yes, and the pressure just keeps coming, and so far Nigeria have continued to give more pressure to the Botswanan team, and I hope sooner than later the deadlock can be broken. But so far Botswana have actually done a very good job to withhold this pressure.
Certainly have done. Running out. And a goalless draw earlier in Group B today between Tunisia and Algeria. Is this one going to end that way as well? Canio with the header away. Tola Kelly just has a 1-2 with her. Number 10. Canio draws the foul. She gets the applause of Tola Kelly as well. And another substitution coming in.
Substitution for Botswana. Player number 15 is replaced by player number 5. تغيير في صفوف منتخب بوتسوانا، خروج اللاعبة رقم 15 ودخول لاعب رقم 5 لينكو سينويلو.
Senwello, 23-year-old midfielder coming on for Johannes. Senwello booked a pretty needless challenge on the Algeria goalkeeper on match day 1 for her side. There's Johannes on that occasion as well. She compares centrally in the midfield. She compares a winger as well. India Canio losing the ball. Chejini forward for Nigeria. Nice footwork from Okoronkwo. It's crowded out by white shirts. They need to dig it out of here. They've won a free kick inside their own half. Just over 2 minutes to play. And still the lowest ranked side in the competition. Holding strong and holding tight. There's the record 9-time African champions. Platry into the middle. She cannot beat the Botswana substitute. And into the Casablanca sky as Molloy lays it up towards Tolakele. A little push in the back for my money from Ohale. Play on, Ayinde into Uchebe. Alozie. They've worked their socks off these Botswana players. And Akanyo has got it back and tired swing of her left foot. Can't find Tolakele. Ayinde gets it back. Nice 1-2 through the heart of the Botswana midfield. Echejine trying to fashion a shot. Here's Okoronkwo just inside the penalty area onto her left foot. Okoronkwo, and it's the danger area. And finally, with 89 minutes on the clock, Nigeria make the breakthrough. At long last, they have tried, and Botswana's resistance is broken. And for the second game in a row, Chiwendu Ihezro has come off the bench to find the back of the net, and they were so close to getting over the line, Botswana. And instead, it is Nigeria who finally make their pressure play into the box from Okoronkwo. These two players combine on the opening day against Tunisia, and how they've celebrated. And you're punching the air, Desiree Brunosier.
Well, what a good goal, what a good goal. I am super excited to see this deadlock broken at the end of the day. The same combination from the last time when both of them came on in the second half. They seem to have a very good chemistry between them. I'm glad that they got to smile at the end of the day. What a game this has been. What a game.
اللاعبة هدف لمنتخب نيجيريا من توقيع اللاعبة هليماتشي إبراهيم عينيب.
Botswana will be broken-hearted. There's going to be
Additional time 4 minutes. الوقت الإضافي 4 دقائق.
Because it is, as you can hear, very loud. And Nigeria journalists holding up a scarf in the press area has been told off by another one that that's not the way to behave. And there was delight. And the Super Falcon supporters in the ground, and this could get even worse with Botswana. Achibade into the middle if she can find. And has worked. Well, classic slide at the far post to just touch that in. Desiree Brunosier calling this a great game, mate. I suspect you might have had a different opinion if it ended without a goal. So Nigeria just under 3 minutes away from going through into the quarter-finals. Tolakele. Botswana have to abandon the game plan, have to throw players forward. They've not had a shot on goal, I make it, since the 34th minute when Molloy hit one from fairly tamely from 25 yards or so straight at Dozier. Before that, we had to go back to the opening moments of the game when Tolakele had that snapshot, which is really far away China's best effort. And now there is belief beginning to fly through Nigeria's. Let's fly straight at procedure. Molloy, Radia Kanyo. Well, we haven't, as I've just explained, seen much of the Mares as an attacking force. Radia Kanyo, she wants a free kick, she doesn't get it. Echejine into Achibade. Okoronkwo, well, it's a loose pass. Chamber, I should say, to Ajibade, because she was in a bit of space. And here is the goal again. She just got in between two defenders and she read it, and they were static, and it was really good movement from Ehezwo. They take a little deflection on its way through to her. It doesn't really matter. Look at those smiles, beaming. Osinachi or Halle. And they will be hugely relieved. Who would have thought that one of the hardest games possibly for Nigeria at this tournament would have been against the lowest ranked side. And that's how it is. And they're into the last of the 4 minutes of additional time. And I imagine both sets of players are going to sink to the floor at the end of this game. The ones in green are absolute delight and relief. And the ones in white are bitterly upset that their plan failed right at the last. And Lozier, good game management there, just taking it to the corner flag. That's all they need to do. And Nigeria will go to maximum points from
Substitution for Botswana. Player number 10 is replaced by player number 20. تغيير في صفوف منتخب بوتسوانا. خروج اللاعبة رقم 10 ودخول اللاعبة رقم 20 غونيدايو أونتاميس.
Well, the final whistle blows and Nigeria are through to the quarter-finals of the Women's Africa Cup of Nations, and they left it late as you can. They were frustrated for 89 minutes by Botswana and by their goalkeeper Selilame Basija. But right in the nick of time, that lady on your screen, Chiwendu Ehezwo, found the all-important goal to ensure that Nigeria start with back-to-back wins at a WAFCON for the first time in 11 years, their 30th victory at the tournament in the group stages. But what's really important for them is they got maximum points, are into the quarter-finals ahead of their final game against Algeria. It's ended in Casablanca, Botswana 0, Nigeria.
Will be crowned champions, but gold medallions are reserved for the best of them all.
Your champions of the Women's African Cup of Nations.
It is the incredible clash of the 12 African women's national teams. Catch all the 24 matches of the Capital Energy's Women's Africa Cup of Nations Morocco 2024 from 5 to 26 July 2025 on SABC Plus, S3, SABC Sport on DTT Channel 4 and SABC radio stations. Proudly brought to you by SABC Sport.
This is the top 14. Another season of the collision between the best teams in the league. The intensity is building up. The ball has landed. Whoa! That tackle! The shoulders come in, the scrum is locked. Don't miss top 14 rugby action. Catch all this action everywhere for everyone on SABC Plus and SABC Sport. Proudly brought to you by SABC Sport.
And the table is set for us to be served with a delicious football.
On a return to international football. That is it. That is the final whistle. South Africa, after 5 attempts, have finally claimed glory in the Women's Africa Cup of Nations final. They achieved immortality as they claim their first title.
South Africa, show your love and support for the WAFCON defending champions by Banyana Banyana. Witness the Capital Energy's Women's Africa Cup of Nations Morocco 2024. From 5 to 26 July 2025 on SABC Plus, S3, SABC Sport on DTT Channel 4 and SABC radio stations. Proudly brought to you by SABC Sport. 30 years ago, a moment united a nation.
That is it. The final whistle then against South Africa win this Rugby World Cup final by 15 points to 12.
Now, the vibration rises again. From the heart of Mzansi to every corner of the country. The mighty Springboks take on the Azuri in a clash where history meets destiny. This is more than a match. It's a country moment.
I've worked hard for it. Have the South African team.
Celebrate the 30th anniversary of our 1995 Rugby World Cup victory. Watch South Africa versus Italy, Saturday 12 July at 4 p.m. Live on SABC2 and streaming on SABC Plus. Download the SABC Plus app now. Switch, stream, no subscription. SABC Sport, for the love of the game.
We have on board the African Queen, the sport broadcaster who does the most. We've got an amazing football analyst, former player. We've got one of Mzansi's best sport presenters, but it's a surprise until he introduces himself. Let's find out. The nation wants to know.
Hello Mzansi, bantu bakithi igama lami uSimphiwe Dludlu Mtima Sport kaSololo wena lumhlethe kaDadelo Papazi Dwele Mhlophe amabandla ayikhethana bathi abanye bebhala ngempetsela thina sibhala ngozipho hlangothi yimina leli Dubeli Mthente. I'm a SABC Sport football analyst.
My name is Thabo Senong. I'm a football coach and also a SABC Sport football analyst.
Hi everyone, my name is Itumele Nkune, SABC Sport football analyst.
My name is Busiwe Intokazi yakwaNgcobo ufuze umapholo mashamahle mashamakhulu mashiyamade engasazoshumayela.
I'm Andile Ncube umzilanka isiqongo sinojojo intomba yazi ngizala ke suka le emzimkhulu egugweni. I'm blessed to be an SABC Sport presenter on television and of course on radio and Metro FM. The first thing I do when I wake up is have conversations with my kids, but on mornings when it's not that, or even just after that, it's a combination of centering myself and just thinking about the day ahead. I'm a believer in that you've got to plan any and everything in order for it to fulfill.
During my spare time, I get up to not a lot of things because I love resting when I'm not working. I love reading books. I love spending time with my children. And gym is also something that I've grown fond of.
Besides football events, what do I like attending? It's got to be definitely seminars, workshops, book launches.
I don't party at all. I'm like the most boring person in the world. Work for me is partying. So the closest thing I have to partying, I'd probably have to say, is going out for dinners and lunches with my family and friends.
If I was a chef, my favorite meal that I would prepare would be pap, cabbage, meaty bones with a bit of acha on the side.
SABC and SABC Sport is not just a TV channel. It's a documentation of my life.
Sport really is something that brings so much joy and happiness and peace to so many people. And for us as SABC Sport to be able to do that for the people of South Africa and even other parts of the continent is absolutely beautiful and amazing.
It keeps us entertained. It formed, they call it sportainment. So you get all of that to SABC Sport, and that's where you find the likes of us breaking down the game. Any sporting goods, cricket, rugby, sizzlet komala wa SABC.
They give you the platform and the permission to be yourself and speak any language.
What I like about SABC Sport, it's got to be the SABC Sport Extra show because it's very brief. It allows viewers who are very busy, who have busy lifestyles, to also just to get to catch up about the latest sports.
If you don't have SABC Sport, ulahlekile usekugcineni.